What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. What's cracking, y'all? Back with some more Larry Legend content. This one's submitted to us from great supporter, subscriber, friend, champion, legend, Dutch T. So it looks like this is a video about, I guess, some Boston Celtics rookies having some stories to share with us about Larry Bird. All right, let's see what this is all about.
While you're there in Boston, you play alongside the Bird, Larry. What was most memorable stories with Larry that you can tell us about? Because we all know how notorious of a shit talker he was.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, how much shit he talked, right? Because I thought when I first got there and having grown up on the West Coast and always pulled against the Celtics when they were playing against the Lakers, during the Showtime days, I was like, man, they letting this white boy who can't jump, who's not athletic, kill them like that. He ain't that damn good until I got there.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first practices, he told me and Reggie Lewis, he said, I want to play you guys 1-on-2. up to 7, right? And so, like, come on, man. He was like, the only catch is I get the ball first. So me and Reggie look at each other, we like, yeah, all right, man, whatever. So the next thing you know, it's 6-0.
Yeah.
Right? We ain't even touched the ball yet. He hits his first 6 shots.
Yeah.
So when it got to be 6-0 and we go into 7, we like, because it would be like one of us would guard him and another one would be ready to try to get the rebound. So we was like, fuck that. We double teamed him. He finally missed. We got the ball. And then we just kind of played keep away from him. We end up coming back and winning 7-6. So then I was like, and that was one of my early experiences with him. I was like, okay, all right, he got a little bit more than what I thought he had. Then when we started playing, he was cooking everybody, but talking shit and telling them about it. And Kevin McHale was a bad motherfucker too. And he used to talk a lot of shit. So they would, and I'll share this quick story. We were playing Utah, and back then you score on a play, you just keep running it again until they stop it. So I would have to hit Reggie, go through, set a cross screen for Larry, and Karl Malone was guarding Larry. Larry was killing him. Kevin McHale was locking Karl Malone up on the other end. And Larry was talking about, yeah, we two bad white boys, ain't we? So I remember going across, setting the screen on Karl the first time. Larry came off, caught it, scored. As we were running back down the court, Karl Malone said, young fella, you set a screen on me again like that, I'm going to knock your head off your shoulders. The whole time I'm running down court, I'm like, damn, is he really going to do this shit? And I know we're about to run the play again, right? Because we just scored on him. So I hit Reggie again. I go across to set the pick. I'm standing in the middle of the lane. Larry cuts off, and I see Karl rear his forearm back like this. So I'm standing in. I'm like, is this motherfucker really going to try to do it? And then he came through, and at the last second, I jumped out the way. And I was like, damn, he really? Yeah. And he was going to take it out on me because Larry was busting his ass, busting his ass and talking shit. But, that story and the last one that stuck out with me, as a rookie, we were staying at the Howard Johnson's Motel by Fenway Park. And Larry came and got all the rookies that were trying out for the team and took us to dinner. And so we're sitting at dinner. We can't believe, like, Larry Bird is actually taking us out. And we said, hey, where is it that we can go out down here in Boston tonight? He said, go to the Ramrod. It's a club right across the street from the motel.
Ramrod. Yeah.
So the name right there, right, the Ramrod, I'm like, that don't sound right, right? So we get back, we wait until it gets a little bit later and shit, come out the motel, and across the street is the club, the Ramrod. So we come out and look, and it's a long-ass line waiting to get in. So we walk across the street, it's dark out, it's all dudes in black leather and motorcycles and shit, but all not one single woman.
Yeah.
So we like, and the club is called the Ramrod.
Hilarious.
So we was like, oh, okay. He was trying to do us dirty. So when we got to practice the next day in training camp, he was cracking up.
Yeah.
You know, but that's where he sent it. So he had a great sense of humor. He talked a lot of shit, but a great teammate as a young player to come up and, you know, learn under and teach you the right way to do things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know, because you played in Indiana when he was the president there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what kind of dude he was.
Yeah. No, he was definitely a prankster. He was, you know, I had stories with him where, you know,
See, I had a feeling this video has been edited, so you can't see the actual interview. That's why it's just the audio. But I had a feeling this was Paul George talking. So this must be the Podcast P, or what's the show called? I think it's called Podcast P, Paul George's podcast. I knew that voice. I was like, that sound like PG.
I had some stuff that went on in my early career with, you know, I had this catfish situation, and he texted me the picture that got leaked, and it was just funny, him being, you know, the president and the relationship that we had, but that was him, man. He was just a prankster, and you know, he would have his days, I will say that. Some days, you know, not to fuck with Larry. But then, you know, for the most part, he was, you know, he was pretty cool and chill.
We've heard the rumors that Larry would actually be offended if another white guy would be guarding him. Was that true? And do you have any stories of him kind of complaining about that?
That's definitely true. He definitely took it as an insult if you put a white dude on him. And the one example that I can remember, we were playing Phoenix Suns. I think Cotton Fitzsimmons was their head coach, and they had a pretty good player, white dude named Tom Chambers. That could, I don't know if you guys remember him jumping over Mark Jackson when he dunked the ball, and Tom Chambers was guarding, and Larry caught the ball in front of their bench, and like just turned around and just had a full on conversation with Cotton Fitzsimmons and their coaching staff. Y'all really gonna try to disrespect me like this? Y'all gonna put this white dude on me and think that he could guard me? And then just turned around and just shot a jumper in his face and just went down court, you know, shaking his head. But like stuff like that was just commonplace, you know. But he definitely felt insulted if you tried to put a white dude on him.
All right, so those are some great stories. I knew that was Paul George. I knew it. I was like, that sounds just like PG. So I was trying to figure out when they were talking about the 2-on-2 game. So we know Reggie Lewis. It was his rookie year. So obviously I don't know who the hell Reggie Lewis is. So I had to go back and look after the video. And so Reggie Lewis's rookie year was 1987/1988, 87-88 season. So I'm trying to figure out who the guy talking is because he was a rookie also. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. So based on that, the other rookies on the Boston Celtics during that year was Mark Akers. He was a center. And Brad Loha, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, Lohaus. Loha. He was a power forward. And, of course, Reggie Lewis. So those were the only three rookies that season on the Boston Celtics. So it's got to be one of those two other guys that's talking right now about the 2v1. But listen, I 100% believe that story. There's levels to this. It's like, yeah, these two rookies are NBA players, but Larry is an all-time legend. You know, like it's not out of the realm of, you know, believability if he can beat two NBA players 1v2. It takes me back to a time when, like, I played basketball and I had two cousins. They don't play basketball, but it was like a family reunion and we got to talking or whatever. And, you know, some uncles were around. And it's like, okay, I could beat any one of these two guys one-on-one in my sleep. But then I guess I was feeling a little bit cocky. I was probably in high school at the time, if not early years of college. And I was like, actually, I could beat both of y'all 1v2. And then my uncle started laughing. He's like, and then my cousins got offended. And then I was like, all right, well, there's a basketball court down the street. We went down to the court, started shooting some jumpers, but they never wanted to start the game. I tell you, I was coming. I was coming to win that 1v2. How I see it, it was like a game of 21, and you're the best player, so they're going to double team you. No different. I'm supposed to win. Never actually happened, but hey, I couldn't do it now. Those days are behind me. But yeah, so I get that. I get that. All the way. I think I've heard that Ramrod story before. It sounds so familiar. I've had to hear that in another interview, or maybe not, but it just sounds familiar. But either way, that's hilarious. I would have been like, "Damn, Larry, you got me. You got me, Larry." Ramrod. What are we getting into? You pull up to the venues like, what? This Larry, I'm gonna get you for that. But yeah, man, that was good stuff. That was funny. As far as the Paul George comment about the catfish story, I believe many years ago. This had to be like 10 years ago. When, I guess social media got a hold of it. I don't remember all the details, but I remember Paul George saying that the whole, like everything involved about him being catfish wasn't necessarily true, and that he actually knows whatever picture surfaced is that he knew that girl that sent the pictures out. But I don't think the full details of everything that was involved with that ever got released. If anybody doesn't know what catfish is when you develop a relationship with somebody online or something like that, and they end up not being the person you think they are, more than likely due to showing you fake pictures or whatever. And then you're like, oh, I'm talking to this girl online. People might say, don't get catfish. Like, better make sure she's real. Better make sure you're real deal before you spend time and then meet this girl. And it's not who you think it is. There was like there was a show called Catfish that had to do with all that. I think there was a show called Catfish. That's how it all started. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, that's kind of fun. I don't know what picture Larry sent out, what picture got leaked. But unless it's the picture of Paul George with the kissy face. Because I was thinking it was a picture of the girl. But I don't know. But that either way, that's funny. But like PG said, that that's basketball operations sector. Sending me messages and being jovial, poking fun at me. It's funny stuff. But Larry Legend, folks. Larry Legend. Appreciate y'all for stepping in. Dutch T, appreciate the story. That was cool. That was fun. Go check out our Larry Bird playlist. And I'll catch you all on the next one. We out, baby.